Hey guys, it's JP. Welcome to the Association Playbook. Here's what we're going to do today. I'm actually in real time going to show you how we scale content. What I'm about to do is, because I've got the microphone here, is we're going to record a podcast, and we're also doing this through Facebook Live. I won't be able to take your questions because I can't see them, but I'm just going to kind of show you how I do it. And while we're doing the podcast, I'm going to be talking about podcasting. So if you're interested in podcasting, it's a good time to be here. All right. Kim's here with me. I'm going to kind of look at what I'm going to do, and then we're going to go. And glad you could join us.
Ready?
I am. Hi, it's JP Murray. Welcome to the Association Playbook. Hey, podcasting has been great for our business. It's been one of the fastest growing and effective communications tools that we have today. And in fact, it's not just us, but if you look at the numbers, they're fantastic. 112 million people are listening to podcasts. That's growing 10 to 20% every single year. So the growth is incredible. And the majority of these podcasts are being listened to on a tablet or a phone. So it's absolutely being delivered on the device of choice for our listeners. So it's such a great opportunity for associations. So how do you get started? So if you're thinking about launching a podcast, the critical first step is to engage in a discovery strategy session. My good buddy Chris Stamp, who works with me on podcasting, taught me this. Before moving forward, you've got to answer some critical questions. First, what are you trying to accomplish? How will this fit into your overall communication strategy? Number two, who's the audience? Is it your members? Is it the industry? Is it the public? That's something to think about as an association. And three, what's the best frequency and format? I mean, for me, we want to do a weekly podcast, but I didn't have time to do 30 to 60 minute interviews. So I want to make it 3 to 5 minutes very quickly. That's what we're doing today. So whenever you attempt to grow some element of your organizational performance, establishing this kind of clarity is key on when you're making a change. What it'll look like, what are the goals, and how will it move the needle? It's no different in podcasting. So why launch in the first place? Who's your audience? What content will you provide to the audience? The answers here in this session will help determine how long your podcast should be. Will your episodes be solo recordings or an interview format? Should you podcast weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, for an example? After you address these questions and establish a strategy, you can focus on delivering what the audience wants. Associations tend to highlight its annual conference, a webinar, and government affairs activity. However, it's really important to craft the content in a way that's most valuable to the member and their business objectives. That's why they're going to listen. So when the Murray Company set to launch, I knew my target audience would be association CEOs and key executives, because they are the folks that really kind of buy the stuff from us. So that's who I wanted to target. We developed CEO-driven content or sales content, which includes best practices in leadership and business development and some association observations and trends that I see. And as the owner of a small business, my time was valuable. So I developed a fast-hitting format of just 5 to 7 minutes long. So the takeaways here are to establish what you want to accomplish, who you want to reach, and the best format and frequency. The discovery session is a really important part of this. So hey, here's what I would volunteer for you today. If you want to talk about how to launch your podcast, get on board and go to my website at themurraycompany.com, and you can click onto my calendar and get a 30-minute session. Free. I'll tell you about all the things that I learned in launching a podcast. This is available to all of our podcast listeners, and it's complimentary, no catch. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Association Playbook. Talk to you soon.